Students, next let's we see the theorem 1.4. It states that root 2 is irrational. So we are going to now prove the theorem. Okay, so proof. You have to prove root 2 is irrational. For that, first let us assume root 2 to be a rational number. So I am assuming root 2 as a rational number. So when we assign a number to be a rational number, then we can represent that number by P by Q form, right? So where P and Q are integers and the value of Q must not be equal to 0, right? So I can represent root 2 as P by Q. Okay, suppose the numbers P and Q, the integers P and Q have a common factor other than 1, then we must divide the numbers P and Q by that common factor. By doing so, P and Q becomes co-primes, See, I will explain this statement. Root 2 is represented as P by Q, okay, so where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Suppose if P and Q are having a common factor other than 1, then I cannot say P and Q are co-primes. To make it as a co-prime, I have to divide those numbers by the common factor. For example, let me explain what is a co-prime. Okay, so co-prime is a set of numbers having the common factor as 1. It has no other common factor. It has no other common factor. So which means that HCF of co-primes will always be equal to 1. Okay, so what is a co-prime means? Co-prime is a set of numbers having common factor as 1. They do not have any other common factor other than 1. Okay, so we can say that the HCF of the co-prime numbers will always be equal to 1. Okay, so I am applying this co-prime concept here. Suppose if P and Q are not co-primes, that is they are having a common factor other than 1, we have to make it as a co-prime number. For that, I have to divide the numbers P and Q by that common factor. Okay, so after dividing the P and Q by the common factors, P and Q becomes co-prime numbers. Let A be the co-prime number after dividing the number P by the common factor. Let B be the co-prime number after dividing the number q by the common factor. Okay, so now I can represent the number root 2 as a by b form, where a and b are co-primes. Listen carefully. Here p and q are having a common factor other than 1. So I am dividing the numbers p and q by that common factor. So after dividing the numbers p and q, I am getting the numbers a and b, where root 2 is equal to a by b. Instead of representing root 2 as p by q, now I can represent a by b, where a and b are co-primes after dividing the numbers p and q by that common factor. Okay, so root 2 is equal to a by b, where b is not equal to 0. Okay, just cross multiply. Root 2b is equal to a, then squaring on both sides, I will get root 2b the whole square is equal to a square. So 2b square is equal to a square, b square is equal to a square by 2. So mark it as step number 1. From 1 I can conclude 2 is the factor of a square, that is here a square is divided by 2, so it means that 2 is the factor of a square. So 2 is a factor of a square. See, when 2 is called a factor of a square, then by theorem 1.3 we can state that 2 is also the factor of a, right? So I can say 2 is a factor of a according to theorem 1.3. Then write this statement: 2b square is equal to a square. Okay, I am taking this statement. See here, 2 is a factor of a, so I can conclude a is equal to 2 into some value c, okay, where c is some integer. Because of the fact that 2 is the factor of a, I can represent a is equal to 2 into some integer value c, okay. So a is equal to 2c, I can represent number a as 2c, a is equal to 2c. Mark this as 2, okay. So I am substituting equation number 2 in this statement. So 2b square is equal to, instead of a I am putting 2c, so it means 2c the whole square. So 2b square is equal to 4c square. So getting these things cancelled, b is equal to 2c square. So c square is equal to b square by 2. So this statement states that b square is divided by 2. So I can say 2 is a factor of b square. So again I am using the theorem 1.3. When 2 is a factor of b square, then it must also be the factor of b, right? When 2 is called the factor of b square, then 2 is the factor of b according to theorem 1.3. Okay. Now See these deductions. 2 is a factor of A, then 2 is a factor of B. So the numbers A and B are having a common factor other than 1. So when a number has a common factor, when two numbers have a common factor other than 1, then they should not be co-primes, right? So we cannot call them as a co-prime numbers, but we have assumed that A and B are co-primes. This is contradiction to our fact that A and B are co-primes. Here I am getting A and B are not co-primes, right? A and B are not co-primes, but I have assumed that A and B are co-primes, so our assumption is wrong. So this statement states that our assumption is wrong, then our assumption root 2 is a rational number is also wrong. So when root 2 is not a rational number, definitely it is going to be a irrational number. So thus we have proved root 2 is a irrational.